Alright, everybody. So we're gonna do a little bit something different on this channel. So instead of gameplay, we are gonna be bringing you Kevin De Bruyne ranks the best Premier League midfielders. Alright, so Kevin De Bruyne has his stripes. He knows what he's talking about. So we're gonna go ahead and see what he's saying. Alright. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch over and watch the video.
Brought to you by EA Sports FC with PlayStation 5.
There we go.
This is KDB ranks. As you can see, between me and Kevin, we have got the world's biggest whiteboard. No expense spared with this one today, Kev. We've got one, we've got a two, we've got a three on there. I've got a number of different categories in front of me. You're going to place 3 items on the board in those categories in order, from top to bottom. Okay.
Okay.
We're going straight away with your favourite legendary midfielders. We've got Iniesta, we've got Modric, and we've got Zizou.
It's already lined up.
Zinedine Zidane.
Oh,
It's lined up already.
that's not fair, is it?
It's a very tough one.
It's barely impossible.
Zizou, Luka, Iniesta. Now,
Told
it's
you.
hard because these are 3 of the greatest midfielders the game has ever seen. Why have you gone Zizou at number 1?
You know, back in the day, it was, you know, football was pure, and I liked the joy and, you know, the improvisation. He was just so nice to see. So
And you've
nice.
got Luka at number 2,
Yeah.
who's still doing it, still
Yeah.
cutting it at the top level for Madrid at 37.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
I think Modric and Iniesta are so similar for me, like player-wise. I could swap them either way.
Absolutely. These are 3 of the best midfielders the world has ever seen.
Oh, it's incredible.
Next up, we've got the toughest atmosphere
Replacing Iniesta with De Bruyne.
is in the Premier League. We've got St James's Park, Newcastle. We've got Anfield, and we've got the Emirates. Ooh. Okay, I think that will shock a few people. St James's Park at number 1.
Even when it was not going well, the atmosphere was still quite good. I think for Liverpool, I saw a difference when it's like, obviously it's always a big game between us, but I feel there's a difference when it's like Champions League or a night
special
game.
night.
Then if you play at 12 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
And I feel these two are a bigger atmosphere than Arsenal. I feel like last year was much better, but obviously it's been tough for them the years before, so it was a little bit less. So I would say this.
I was going to ask you about Arsenal last season because obviously an amazing season on the pitch, but it felt like off the field the atmosphere was by far and away
there's much
the best
more
it's been.
positivity.
Yeah.
You know, I think there was a moment when we played the League Cup, and then 3 days later we played against them at home. It was like icy, and there was nobody in the stadium, and it was really negative at the time. So there's been a big change. So, but that's good for them, obviously.
Okay, next up we've got your favourite creator to watch in the Premier League. Now you can't pick yourself, Kev. I was going to put you down here, but these are 3 of the best creative midfielders in the league. We've got Martin Odegaard, James Maddison, and Bruno.
Bruno, Odegaard, Maddison. Class.
Okay, we've gone Bruno number 1.
He knows what he's
Why
talking
Bruno
about.
Number 1, is that output related?
I think he's a creative machine. You know, just in general, I think Odegaard is very creative, but he's a little bit more controlled. And then Maddison is also really creative, but I need to see more of him in a big team, so that can change. So that's why I put him number 3.
Maddison is a
Talk about being
beast.
a creative machine. I mean, do you think it's almost underrated some of Bruno's creativity at Manchester United because they haven't had the best of times? You know, some games, but he's always there and about.
You know, being creative has a lot of different things around it. It's just creating chances, but also sometimes you can give somebody a ball and he shoots from 30 meters. It's also creating. So it's always different, but I think, you know, he's always there. He takes a lot of risks also, and, you know, I like it, and obviously he's been doing really well. So, but, you know, it's so
3
short.
tough choices.
Yeah, he's been doing it also a long time. I feel Odegaard was amazing last year, but obviously he's younger, so there's a difference in that.
Teammates here, haircuts time. We've got Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland, and Blonde Phil. Back in the days when he went platinum. Okay, your favourite of the
Let's see
3.
what he chooses.
My favorite. I don't mind
He said my
I just
favorite.
don't like it like this. But
With the bow.
that's when he's playing, you know. So he does it really different when he's not. So with the bow, I'm gonna put him.
Push back. Go in middle.
Sorry.
Erling, number 1.
Sorry, Phil.
Sorry, Phil. What when you saw this? What was the?
Ah, it's just English trim, isn't it?
It is though, isn't it? It's a proper English.
When you go to
trim.
Stockport, you see everybody like this.
Literally, it's so true. You get off at Manchester Piccadilly, you see this haircut everywhere. Jack, so during the game, not so much, but how long does Jack spend when he's in the dressing room cultivating the trim, when he goes out on the cameras?
No, actually not that much,
Really?
Yeah, I think he does like 5 minutes maybe.
Okay, not too bad. And then we've got Luscious Locks himself, Erling.
Yeah.
I mean, when the hairband came off last season, was it against Arsenal, I think he scored the goal?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a moment.
Takes a long time to grow that, though.
Next up, we've got
That's facts.
central defenders. We picked three of the toughest centre-backs in the league. We've got Thiago Silva, Virgil van Dijk, and Lisandro
Van Dijk, Thiago, Lisandro.
Martinez. From your personal point of view, who was the hardest to play against? No messing about with Virgil, number one.
Royce. He's got everything, obviously.
Oh my God, what happened to Virgil?
He's got right foot, left foot, speed, height. He's a leader. Thiago also, he's amazing. But I just think that Virgil's got that little bit more. And Lisandro, he's a good player, but I just don't know him well enough.
Yeah.
So I can't.
He's a left back.
Seen enough of him in the
Not
Premier
seen
League.
him enough, and I only played against him once or twice, so it's hard to say where I see this. I played against him, or I've seen him play when he was at Milan, and I played against him at PSG. So he's been there for 20 years. So what a career he is.
Okay, next up we've got three potential future Ballon d'Or winners here. We've got Erling,
Ooh.
we've got Vinny, and we've got Kylian.
Oh, okay. Vinny's third. Okay, we'll put Vinny third. And Mbappe and Haaland. This season, that's how
Who
it's
do you
going to
think's
be.
going to win the Ballon d'Or first?
Well, first I'm gonna put Erling there.
Vinny had an amazing
I'm
season
gonna put
last year.
Vinny second now, and Mbappe.
Wow, why have you gone for that?
Because I don't know what's happening this year with him.
Yeah, what's
so I
gonna
have
happen?
no idea.
Vinny's injured now,
I think it's
so-
also harder for him to win it in PSG.
Yeah.
Where, if there are rumors he goes to Madrid, then maybe I'll put him first or something. And Erling, because obviously he's one of the. He's got a chance to win it this year. So.
Do you think he should win it this year? In all
I think he
competitions?
can. I think he can, but obviously it's all about perception. So in the end, there's nothing you can change about that.
And Lionel Messi's still floating around.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, final one then is all about your favourite title. Now,
He was being biased there.
you've won 5 in the Premier League, treble. We've also picked out 21-22, the Villa moment, and we've picked out 17-18 Centurions.
Oh,
It's a tough call, this one.
Yeah,
But it's
but this
personal
is
preference
this
again.
is just Premier League, isn't it?
This is just Premier League, so...
Okay.
Wow. That, to me, is a big old shock. Why have you gone for that order? Because I thought treble would... be
Yeah,
nailed
but
on one.
I'm just looking at Premier Leagues. That game is the most emotional hype game I've ever been involved in. I was all over the place afterwards. Doing the 100 points in the last day of the season was so special.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won the league last year, but it wasn't the same sentiment than we had with this two. Obviously, in the end, winning the treble is a different meaning. But I'm just looking at Premier Leagues, and that is just the game that did it.
Talk to us about that game then, because emotional roller coaster for you?
Yeah. Mentally, it was so tough because we were 2-0 behind, not really playing bad, but that obviously Villa scored, and then once we scored one, they just flipped. And the stadium was so loud. I never heard something in my life like this. It's a little bit similar than when Kun scored that goal. Obviously, it was a little bit before, but it's a similar situation. So it was just, people crying and everything. It's just like, even when the game was over and I was just standing in the middle, I just got swarmed by so many supporters. I was like, oh, what is happening here?
Got you off the pitch safely though.
Yeah.
So we're going for that one, the Aston Villa moment. Centurions come in second because it was away from home as well, wasn't it? I think you got
100
the final
points is a big deal. It's so hard to get that many points, and it was the first one, so it was pretty amazing.
There we go. That was KDB Ranks. Kev, thanks so much.
Yes, thank
See you
you.
soon, man.
Thank you very much.
KDB, there you go. He gets his credits, man. He gets his flowers, so not bad choices. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.